Visiting the Amazon rainforest is on the bucket list of many nature lovers, yet many people are concerned about their safety when traveling in South America, particularly when traveling alone. This video will tell you about some of northern Brazil's annual events, sites worth visiting, and a few tips to keep you from becoming stranded, and even more importantly, keep you safe. Some South American countries, including Brazil, allow people of other nationalities to travel without a visa for a period of up to 90 days. Some exempt passports include Australian, British, and European passports. Check embassy websites for details. There are 3 methods of public transport to travel from major cities to the Amazon region: air, coach, and passenger boat. Cruise ships from Europe travel down the Amazon River to Manaus, where passengers have the opportunity to take a jungle tour on land. If your stay is longer than 3 weeks, catching a coach from São Paulo to Porto Velho and a passenger boat from Porto Velho to Manaus will allow you to cover a large geographical area and see a lot of the continent's varying terrain. Porto Velho is not a well-known tourist destination, but lies close to the border of Amazonas, pristine rainforest, and Rondônia, large-scale deforestation. The city itself is home to one of Brazil's controversial hydroelectric dams and a historical railway museum with relics from the partially constructed railway that was abandoned when the rubber boom crashed in 1945. Manaus and Belém are the 2 major cities, with a combined population of approximately 4 million inhabitants. Manaus, originally a Spanish colony, was once extremely wealthy and contained some noteworthy architecture, particularly its famous opera house with painted ceilings. Originally it was partially plated in gold. Manaus is home to a small Amazon fauna-only zoo associated with the military and several jungle tour operators. Belém, by contrast, located on the Atlantic Ocean, offers a variety of water sports such as parasailing and surfing. The Amazon is home to wonderful and exotic fruits that exist nowhere else on the planet, so spend ample time sampling the region's unique smoothies and ice creams. If you're pushed for time and want to visit several countries over a few days, the town of Tabatinga is located on the borders of Brazil, Colombia, and Peru. So, what are the best times of the year to visit? Avoid the monsoon season, which peaks between late February and May. During this time, the rain can literally bucket down for days. You might consider organizing your trip around one of 3 festivals: Carnival, which is a nationwide celebration in mid-February with events in all state capitals. The Cattle Festival in Parintins, 369 kilometers east of Manaus, occurs every June, and last but not least, Juruti's Festival, a theatric competition between 2 indigenous tribes, the Munduruku and Muirapinima, is held each July. Each festival lasts about 3 days, so you will definitely get lots of partying done. Here's what you should know to keep yourself from getting into difficulty. While jungle tours are definitely worth doing, there are some dodgy operators out there. Ask your hotel to recommend someone reputable and always pay them in cash. I knew one operator who kept people's credit card details, so be careful. Accessing overseas funds can be complicated. None of Brazil's major banks will let you withdraw cash using an overseas Visa or MasterCard. However, 24-hour cash machines that will let you withdraw money are situated throughout the state capitals, usually located in pharmacies, ports, or bus stations. Don't assume that 24-hour cash machines exist in smaller towns and cities, because they don't. Juruti, with a population of 60,000, is a perfect example. So make sure you have enough cash to cover your stay and transport. Brazil is still generally a cash economy, and while many hotels and small shops won't accept payment by Visa or MasterCard, larger businesses like supermarkets and clothing stores will. Bear in mind, you won't be able to cash any traveler's checks or currency outside the state capitals. In contrast to Brazil's banks, their telecom situation isn't too bad. You won't be able to purchase a new chip for your phone without a social security number, CPF, but roaming is available through your overseas service provider. This only came in a few years ago. The good news is, even the most budget hotels, in even the remotest towns, have free Wi-Fi. Taking a passenger boat is a good way to get acquainted with the locals, the river system, and its scenery, but you will need to purchase a hammock on shore. This will be your chair and bed throughout the journey. Meals are usually free but do not cater for special dietary requirements. Traditional meals in northern Brazil combine meat with rice, pasta, and cassava, and often do not contain any salad or vegetables. Even then, vegetables are usually cooked together with the meat. Nuts and shellfish are almost never used in Amazonian cuisine. If you have special dietary requirements, e.g. gluten intolerance, and plan to spend a few days traveling by passenger boat, we advise you to take some safe food with you. The Amazon is known for scary viruses including dengue, malaria, Zika, and yellow fever, but that shouldn't put you off going. The likelihood of contracting one of these diseases is low, and the local healthcare system has improved over recent years. Private healthcare in Brazil is much cheaper than in countries like Australia and the US. However, it is still worth getting health insurance in case you require medical-assisted travel arrangements to return back home. Before we go, here are some general traveling tips, most of them are common sense. Don't carry all your cash and cards in one place, especially in transit. Instead, split your resources and hide them across multiple bags and on your person, that way if you lose a bag or get pickpocketed, you won't be left destitute. Avoid deserted streets, particularly in residential areas. In cities, don't leave the central business district without a trusted escort. You're less likely to get mugged or assaulted when there are plenty of other people around. While southern Brazil is a melting pot of people from different ethnic backgrounds, the vast majority of Amazonians are Native American. If you're tall and have very dark or fair skin, locals will know you're a tourist. It is a good idea to discourage potential thieves by dressing simply and concealing valuables, particularly cameras and new model iPhones. Leave valuable watches and jewelry at home. Happy travels and see you in the next video.